610 KDAL, the news hour continues, and as we do every Friday, we're going on the beat with Duluth Police Officer Rob Hurst. And if you have any questions for Officer Hurst, you can go to KDAL610.com and click on the On the Beat quick link on the right-hand side of the screen, and then submit those questions to Officer Hurst. He's also on Twitter, so you can hit him up there. And On the Beat is brought to you by St. Louis County, reminding motorists during this busy construction season, when driving through a work zone, please slow down, pay attention, put down your phone. It's for the safety of our workers and you. And Officer Hurst, thanks for joining us here on 610 KDAL.
Thanks again.
You know, when we think of a police department, I think it's easy for folks just to think a police department is a building with police officers. But as we were talking about prior to On the Beat here this morning, you folks have a number of different resources, and you have just instituted or started a new program that embeds a social worker on the department.
Yeah, we are just kind of getting that started up, and in fact, I just met Anna is her name today, and yeah, she'll be working pretty closely with our department, or very closely with our department, and my community officer's office. So yeah, she'll be helping us out.
You know, when we think about this resource, talk to us about how this is going to help you folks on the beat.
Well, Dave, like I said, it's brand new, and we're obviously going to be learning as we go here a little bit. But we're hoping that Anna will be able to kind of bridge that gap for us a little bit between the police department and some of the services that are available for folks out there, and hopefully, some of those folks aren't as likely to slip through the cracks, so to speak.
And I suppose one thing you pointed out to me is it's one thing to hand a report in black and white text to a social worker to have them look through and figure out, what resources, what ways that you can help out. And it's another to actually be there, or to even just talking to the officers responding, to be able to get that visual picture and be able to react quicker.
Yeah, I think she'll be, on the front line, so to speak, and, hopefully, she'll be able to, show up at something maybe we're dealing with and get a firsthand look at what we're dealing with. And, she will be an incredible resource for us to, maybe we're dealing with a situation and, we kind of got that A, B, or C direction. We can go with it, and, maybe she'll be able to be there with us, or, be a point of contact that we can, hit up on the phone really quickly and say, hey, this is the scenario we're dealing with, and what do you think? What are your thoughts on it? And maybe guide us in a better direction that maybe wouldn't have been something we would have thought of, and hopefully, as a result of that, get that person some better services.
I've been thinking about in some of our talks off air about different instances and such, where you're able to talk about what's going on and different instances you encounter. And I've got to imagine this is a resource that could get you moving to that next call faster, being able to call and say, hey, what can we do here? What do you need to see? What do we need to do? It could very well speed up the process.
Yeah, so it's something where it can be a time-consuming thing. We're not the experts. That's why we revert to those specialized social workers in those scenarios. So if she can be there with us, or be a resource that we can contact and run something by her, and she can help us reach a conclusion or reach a decision much faster, that gets us obviously done with that call and on to the next. So,
and Anna is the department's right now. She's the first embedded social worker.
Yeah, so she's a county employee who is going to be embedded with us. So she'll be working one-on-one with our police department, and Officer Drozdowski works closely with the court system. So hopefully it'll just be that three different angles of all kind of coming at these problems from different angles, and hopefully work together and come up with a solution that'll be the best for everyone, and hopefully be a good result for that person we're dealing with.
Again, if you're just joining us, we're on the beat with Officer Rob Hurst of the Duluth Police Department, and we're starting something new here in On the Beat, a segment inside the feature, if you will, and that is our On the Beat, Did You Know? And what we're going to do is at the end of every On the Beat, we're going to ask you a question, give you some food for thought about, what a police officer's day is like, if you will, or a day in the life, and then we will answer that question at the beginning of our next On the Beat. So here next Friday, Officer Hurst will answer this question at the beginning of his On the Beat segment, and all I'm going to say is based on what I knew or I thought I knew, I was wrong, and so this is cool. We're going to talk next week at the beginning of On the Beat about sirens and how many different sirens you have at your disposal in a Duluth police squad car.
Yeah, I think everyone hears the different sirens out there and wonders, is that a police car or a fire truck or what have you? And I know how many different siren options we have in our squad car, and I suppose we'll let them know next week.
And again, I was dead wrong on this because when I told you, you're kind of like, yeah, no. Officer Hurst, thanks for dropping by and going on the beat with us, sir.
It's always fun. Thanks.
610 KDAL weekend weather details are coming up.